What up? We live. I'm gonna be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. I just gotta grab a charger for my phone so my shit keeps going. And I'm back, motherfucker. All right, what's up? 5 people, damn, that's love for sure. Everyone hit that like button. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone's doing good. Shit, today was crazy. The weather, at least, like, we knew it was gonna rain. You know, I checked the forecast because if you guys looked, I took a couple short videos of this job that it's a type of job, a residential job that I generally don't enjoy doing. You know, it's outdoor stuff. We were running a new home run and some new circuitry for this guy's. Basically, he has a pool, jacuzzi, and then like a little barbecue area that's right off to the side of the jacuzzi and pool. And then inside of the pool, he has little seats, 3 seats, so it's like a bar, so you can roll up and sit right there in the water. And then there's like the table, the island is on the other side is the barbecue area, and then the other side is you're sitting in the pool, so you can serve you up drinks right there. It's dope. But yeah, we had to run some new circuits and run electrical for this dude, and it was just not. It's just it sucks. I hate digging. But we knew it was gonna rain today, so we were like racing against the clock to get everything done. And no joke, like as soon as we were finishing up, it starts to sprinkle, and then 3 minutes after the sprinkle, bro, it's fucking pouring, son. I mean, like it was pouring. And in Arizona, we don't get a lot of rain, especially this year. It's been like I think we had like 1 or 2 rains, and there was only one that was half decent. But it's kill. But yeah, we got the job done, and everything worked. That's good. And I think it's still raining, or maybe it died down. No, it don't sound like it's still raining, but it rained for a few hours, which is dope. It's nice to get that rain on. And it's all. I love rain, bro. I love rainy days. I love fucking when it's overcast. It's like my vibe right there. I'm sure I wouldn't like it if it was every day, like Seattle or Portland, but like Oregon or I heard people straight get depressed from that shit being all overcast too much. But yeah, besides that, just been doing my thing, working every day. I appreciate all the love you guys have been showing me. It means a lot to me. For all you guys who have been requesting and asking and telling me to go do a GoFundMe, I did. I have the GoFundMe up and running. The link is in the description of this video. And if you're having troubles getting to it, just let me know. I've had a few people inquire so they could donate. I don't know if the link's not working or what, but no donations have came through yet, which is all good. I mean, I'm not looking for a hand me out. But the first 5 donations, I am going to be tossing free sticker packs to the first 5 people that donate. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want a free sticker pack, go donate. I mean, another thing is shit, what was I doing? Oh yeah, that's right. I was looking up this name. I got to do a shout out for a buddy of mine real quick. Oh gosh, 1 second. Getting drug tested for working in electrical. I'm a partner in the company. My father's the company owner, and there's 2 partners, me and my brother-in-law. So as far as me getting drug tested, no. But yeah, we would for sure, Jamie. Yeah, but Jade, I want to do a shout out for Jamie Troy for his, I believe is his nephew or cousin. His name is Jaden. Shout out to Jaden. And then AK 9P. Generally, you do get drug tested in the field. Any construction field, you're gonna, if it's a legit company, you're gonna probably have to do a drug test at the beginning. Like most jobs will request you to do a drug test for the hire on process. No problem. No problem, Jamie. I'm glad that you care about your family enough to want them to know that you care by asking me to do a little shout out for them. But at the same time, it's medically legal here, AK. I'm a medicinal patient. I have my card. I abide by all state laws. So you're not allowed to, HIPAA law requires you to not be allowed to fire someone over a medical condition. But Arizona is also a right to work state. So if they want to fire you, they'll find another reason to fire you. If they want to fire you over weed, they'll find another reason, whether it's they'll find a reason. It's a right to work state. But yeah. So fucking, if you're gonna talk about it, be about it. That's what the label of this, the title of this video is. It's been like a theme for the last, I don't know, week, 2 weeks that people, acquaintances, friendish kind of people that are around me, they run their mouth or they're complaining or they, have big talk. But then when it comes time, like they're not taking the actions to get whatever they're talking about done. Like one of my biggest pet peeves is that, come on, boys, show some love. Yeah, come on, boys, show some love. If you're in an accident at work and you hurt someone and you test her, you go to jail. That is true. Let's say, and that's true to an extent. You might not go to jail, but if you hurt somebody or hurt yourself, you're not getting Workman's Comp if you hurt yourself, and you are part of a company that has Workman's Comp. But I'm not worried about that, one. And two, I don't see cannabis as a drug. I see THC and CBD and all the other cannabinoids within the cannabis plant as medicine. And not only is it a medicine, it's by far one of the best medicines because it has such few side effects. The side effects are going to be hungry, tired, and giggly. Like, you watch a commercial for any of the medications they're trying to peddle on TV, Abilify or any of those. Literally, if you time let's say the commercial is 1 minute long, they have like 20 seconds to talk about it. Like, oh, come do this and you'll feel better. And it always has like a happy-go-lucky family throwing a ball. And then the last 40 seconds is them talking fast about the all the side effects. Like, a lot of them are like, you might die. So, yeah. It is a felony, and Arizona still is a little bit, it's still semi-strict about if you don't have your card and all that. But it's starting to get more accepted slowly but surely. And I think the decriminalization and recreational use inside of Arizona will be coming pretty soon. I'm not going to say it's going to happen this year, but maybe within the next 5 years, I believe it will be recreationally legal here in Arizona. And then I also believe that across the entire nation, it's going to be decriminalized within the next 10 years. I just don't see it. Now that people have seen the money that Colorado and everyone has been making the revenue that all these states that have legally made it medically legal and taxed it, and they're making billions of dollars of tax money that they're able to use for their state. Other states are going to want it. You know, everyone is about the money. The government is all that, like, it's all about the money, straight up. And you know, as soon as a lot of it has to do with there's old hats inside of the government that are putting their foot down. One, two, big pharma has lobbyists against cannabis because, and big pharma runs a lot of shit. You know, like there's a lot of backdoor handshakes and shit like that going on with big pharma and our government. So big pharma is another reason why it's going to take a little bit, but even big pharma, you know, like when it becomes recreational, and then they already have their toes dabbling inside of the cannabis industry. But as soon as it becomes fully recreational, big pharma is going to take over the cannabis industry. All these mom and pop growers will be gone. And this is the way I've explained it and how I think it'll be when it becomes recreationally legal across the board. It'll be like coffee. Like you can go to Walmart and buy your can of Folgers, you know, for cheap, or you can go to Starbucks and buy your cup of your Frappuccino for $8 or whatever. I don't know how much they cost. $11 for the biggest one. I don't know. But it'll be like that. It'll be like you can go and get your cannabis from the store that it's going to be lower quality and it's going to be cheap, but there also are going to be, I don't know what they'll be calling them, but let's just call them clubs. There's also going to be clubs, storefronts that are more mom and pop ran style, and it's going to be like the Starbucks, like that dank, you know, like you can go there or there, but that's how it's going to be ran. Is big pharma is going to be pushing it out in masses to all the big storefronts. It's going to be in Circle K. Right now, there's already hemp cigarettes and that are completely legal to buy over the counter. I got a pack of them a few weeks ago from the smoke shop down the street. I think they're called something hemp. I can't remember, but it says right on the package, less than 0.003% THC. And it's like $13 for a pack of 20. Looks like a cigarette pack, but it has like a weed leaf on it. And there's multiple brands that do this. And so like, I don't see how that's legal because it has some form of THC in it, less than 0.003, which is like nothing, but there's still some THC in it. So, you know, like the barriers are being broken down slowly but surely for sure. Which link are you talking about? Hey, and any of my moderators, go ahead and I'll copy the link to my GoFundMe real quick right here in the comments. And you guys copy that shit and go ahead and drop that every once in a while inside of my live streams. I'd really appreciate it. That way, any newcomers, they can see what's going on, and if they want to donate, they can. Oh yeah, but let's go back to the let's go back to what I was saying. To talk about it, be about it shit. So a lot of people, you know, one of my biggest pet peeves are when people are like, oh, I'm so sick of being broke, da 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 da, and I'm late on this bill and I'm not gonna be able to make it, and this check's already gone. And then they're drinking, you know, smoking a pack of cigs a day, drinking 6 Red Bulls a day, fucking buying expensive ass groceries, blah 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 blah. Just not budgeting, not living within their means, and then they're gonna bitch all the time about how they're always broken, they can't make it. Well, you can make it. It's about making sure you live within your means. If you make this much money, you know, your bills cost this much, and then you're going to have this much left over. How much of that are you willing to spend, and how much of that are you willing to put away? It's that simple. Income to debt ratio isn't rocket science. So like the talk about it, be about it thing. And that's not just, it's more widespread than just that. Damn, the lightning just popped off through my window. It was crazy looking. No, yeah. As far as what you're saying, how it's going down in Cali, I'm saying in the future when it's completely legalized across the board, the entire U.S. has legalized it, and it's been 20 years legalized. At the end of this entire war, this prohibition on cannabis, because that's all this is. Cannabis used to be legal. It's basically a prohibition, and they made it illegal. They put out a bunch of propaganda saying, you know, man killed by 2,000 pounds of marijuana. Like, if you do some research on how cannabis became illegal and what it was like before cannabis was illegal, like reefer madness, that was straight propaganda to scare people away from using cannabis. Marijuana is actually not even a term. That's a derogatory term that they use for cannabis. So when I hear people say marijuana, it kind of irks me a little bit. I don't correct them anymore because most people don't care. But marijuana is actually a wild weed plant in Mexico. It has nothing to do with weed as in cannabis. It's just it's a actual plant in Mexico that's like a weed, like a dandelion. But back when it first became illegal, they started using negative propaganda, reefer madness, bunch of same people were dying from it. And another big thing was segregation, and was still huge. The racist problem was still big. So they were saying that weed would make your wife want to sleep with black people or Mexican people or blah, 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 you know, stuff, bullshit like that. But what I'm talking about is when all this is done with, you know, 15 years after it's been completely decriminalized, and it's like cigarettes, it's like alcohol. 15 years afterwards, I feel like it's going to be more like coffee type of feel. You know, like you can go get your weed from the Circle K or whatever, or you can go to this club or this storefront which caters to just cannabis, and they're going to be like a mom and pop ran store, and they'll have the fucking good dank strains. You know, once big pharma and all the big names get into the cannabis industry after it becomes illegal, it will be what every grower that's growing right now won't be able to compete. They'll be wiped out. And it's just that simple. You know, as soon as it became recreational in Colorado, my boy who taught me how to grow out in Colorado, he moved out there first. He started growing, and we grew when it was just medically legal in Colorado. And we could sell straight to the clubs, straight to the dispensaries. There's no problem. The regulations were pretty laxed. And then as soon as it became recreational, it kind of fucked up his entire gig, because the recreational laws also affected the medicinal laws as far as it's like in Colorado right now, the recreational growers, they literally have a list of stuff that they can't use, and people will come in from the state and they'll take leaf samples. And in that leaf sample, they can tell what you fed your plant through the entire life of that plant, since it was either a clone or a seed, whichever. And let's say something pings, like you used a certain pesticide that wasn't approved by them, then they incinerate your entire crop, period. You have to cut it down and incinerate it. And, you know, and that also changed the laws for the medicinal side to where they had to follow those laws too. And the laws, you know, they're there for a reason, but the fucked up part is, and I'm talking about this from word of mouth from my boy, and he's a master grower for a recreational shop, and he is also a really great grower, just period. He grows really, really quality cannabis. He knows what he's doing 100%. His NPK levels are always on point. He is a strain specific. He knows strains like the back of his hands. He's fucking crazy. No, there's 0 deaths related to cannabis. I know. It's all that was all propaganda from back in the day. And sorry guys, I'm probably a little bit lagged out, but I don't know what gold bars in China mean. What up, drums? I appreciate all you guys in here right now. Everyone smash that like button. I don't know if my if my GoFundMe link even posted up in the chat because my computer's lagging out so hard. So I have to use the phone to see the live chat. But I will post it up right now again. That way, anyone who is a moderator can go ahead and save or share this in future videos. I'm all right, brother. Like, you know, I'm hanging in there, working every day. And if you guys could click on that link and just let me know that direct link to go and donate, because I don't know if it is. No donations yet. They sell gold bars at a vending machine. Okay, it does work. All right, that's all I needed to know. Yeah, but what was I gonna say? So that talk about it, be about it thing, I got off track with cannabis because I am a cannabis advocate. I've always been like this, almost to the point where I used to not even admit that there was negatives to it, which there is. There's negatives to anything. You could drink too much water and kill yourself by drinking, you know, like too much of anything is bad. And cannabis also isn't meant for everybody. Maybe somebody smokes cannabis and it's just not there, you know, they get sick or whatever. I've met people that just it doesn't jive with their body. So I mean, it's not meant for everyone. That, and I'm cool with that. Like, I know there's negatives to it, but the positives outweigh the negatives so much. And if we start talking about particular cannabinoids, you know, CBD is a non-psychoactive cannabinoid within the cannabis plant that helps with so many ailments, from arthritis to, I mean, kids that are having hundreds of seizures a day, completely stopping their seizures. They're saving, you know, CBD is saving people's lives and making their lives, the quality of their life, so much better. They're not in pain. It's great for pain. It's great for seizures. It's great for so many other things. And they're still finding out other things, new things that it's great for, because people, you know, there hasn't been a ton of testing and data about cannabis and what it can do as a medicinal all the medicinal properties about the plant. But now that there has been, over, you know, in the recent last 15 years, there's been some studies. And now, you know, a 15-year-old studies, that's a good study. You know, if you do a study and it's 2 years old, there's not enough time in that study for you to like make really factual points. But there is enough time in it now that people see it and they know it. The CBD, it all started with the whole seizure thing in CBD. If you look it up, it's called, there was these two growers, mostly this one grower, I can't remember their names, but basically they were caregivers and they would grow for certain patients. So one day, a mother called them and told them what was going on. Her daughter was having constant seizures. I'm just giving you guys the bullet points of this. Constant seizures, and at this point, they lived in California. And at this point, it's probably still extremely against the law to be a caregiver for a child. And this child was young. Her name was Charlotte. So they produced a strain that was super high in CBD levels and very low in THC. So it was almost non-psychoactive. This child wasn't getting very high, if at all, and it completely stopped these seizures. So they named that strain Charlotte's Web. So if you go Google how did Charlotte's Web cannabis strain get started, I'm sure it'll pull up the story about it or a video about it. Watch it. It's a really, really touching story. And that right there was enough for me to be like, okay, so how many more people are getting help from this? And this was years ago when Charlotte's Web was created. Now there's so many strains that are tended towards just being like non-psychoactive and more towards medical with CBD. And I'm not saying THC doesn't have any medical properties. It does. But CBD has been found to not get you high, and it has just a plethora of great usages in the medical field with very little side effects. You know, a lot of these people that are having kids that are having seizures or ADHD or all kinds of different, like those are the two main ones. You know, they're pumping out Ritalin and Adderall, which is a synthetic form of methamphetamines. It's an amphetamine. It's meth. It's like Oxycontin and heroin. They're both opiates. It's the same thing. One's made in a lab. The other one is made in some fucking dude's house or whatever, wherever they're making it. So, yeah, Jamie, check it out. It's really cool. Dab Club for sure. I'm actually smoking some flower right now. This is Oz Kush or OZ Kush, and it's private reserve grown by Copper State. This has a really like earthy, kind of pungent, stick to the back of your throat taste. Kind of like a Kush or a Diesel. That's definitely like a Chemdog hybrid. And that's like my favorite strain is like Diesels, Chemdog, stuff like that. So, you know, but off of the weed subject, you know, cannabis, it's awesome in my opinion. Everyone's allowed to their opinion. Some people still believe that cannabis is just a hardcore drug. It's a gateway drug. It's making people go into full-blown psychosis and kill people. I watched a Joe Rogan podcast yesterday with one guy's a doctor, the other guy's a journalist or something. And the journalist wrote this book about how cannabis is making people kill people and stuff. And the doctor is like a cannabis enthusiast and activist. And it's just, if you have time, it's like a 2+ hour podcast, but I watched the whole thing and it's super interesting. One, and two, it's kind of crazy how bad this journalist gets burned and is willing to keep just spitting out bullshit in like little parts of stories to where if you're uneducated, kind of like what the media does, if you're uneducated about the overall view of it and you read just that, you'd be like, oh, that's horrible. You know, people are going into psychosis and killing people. Well, that's just not how it is. I love it. We don't have names smoking to you, but I'll definitely watch. You don't have names? I'm sorry, I'm confused. Oh yeah, dude, that's how it used to be here. I get it, like strain names. And that's how it used to be in Arizona when I was 16. There wasn't like, as far as like having a straight label that said a name and you knew that the grower had that seed. It wasn't like that. There was like particular strains that I knew that like OG Kush back pre-98 OG Kush. That was a strain that like every time it came through, I knew that it was OG Kush because it has a distinctive bud smell, one, taste, two, and then bud structure, number three, the look of it. You know, if you take a clone off of a cannabis plant, like if you're mothering out a plant and you never put it into flowering and you take a clone off of it and then you go and grow that clone, it's going to grow, like that plant will produce the same exact looking buds, period. It's the same DNA. It's taking a branch off it and making that a new plant. Yo. Yeah, you got that wrench, homie? Yeah, no problem, poor boy. Poor boy. Scroll up a little bit or I'll send you the GoFundMe link. That way you can drop it every once in a while. Oh yeah. So off the cannabis shit, off the if you talk about it, be about it. And onto glass blowing a little bit. So I'm going, damn, it's starting to pour again. So I'm going to be going to the studio. I think I'm even going to go tonight. Since it's pouring so hard, tomorrow's job got rescheduled and I have tomorrow off. Crazy. I never get days off. I don't have the money to open a smoke shop, but I've helped a friend open a smoke shop. It was called Wink Smoke Shop. I blew a lot of glass and for that smoke shop and helped him open it, like to the extent where I went to the distributors of there's there's probably more than two, but there's two out in Phoenix that distribute glass. They're just huge warehouses filled with import glass. And that's where I realized, and when I realized, like, damn, I can't compete with this because, I mean, I went there for his first order, and, you know, it was a huge order. It was filling up an entire smoke shop. And he would buy, like, let's say a pipe like this, you know, just a simple inside out pipe with some dichro and some fume, color changing, you know, a little marble on the side. Let's say a pipe like that, you know, let's say, and it's a heavy pipe. Let's say that's 35. Let's say he'd put it on the shelf for probably like anywhere from $25 to $40, somewhere in that range. I'd probably say 35 bucks, $32.99. That's probably how much that would cost at any smoke shop around there. He would buy 100 of them, 50 of them. He would get each one of those pipes for $1.88, something like that. It's ridiculous. Import glass is so cheap that smoke shops, they kind of have to buy it because not everyone's trying to go spend $100 on a pipe or $600 on a bong, or, you know, you got to appeal to everyone. But most smoke shops don't appeal to everyone. Most smoke shops just appeal to the people that want to. They only buy import glass, and then the stuff that looks super nice, I'm talking 3-foot bongs, double percolated, you know, something that you'd expect me, like if I had a lathe and I made it, you know, I would sell it wholesale to a smoke shop for $250. They would be posting those, and they would be getting those bongs for $32, $40. I never saw him spend more than $80 per piece on his nicest, biggest, dopest, most intricate pieces. They import glass. I've said it a lot in a lot of my videos. Import glass is super unhealthy to smoke out of a lot of the time. A lot of the time they will paint the inside of their pipes, so you have massive carcinogens that you're inhaling. The work environment, they basically run sweatshops. They have no ventilation. People that are blowing glass in there are inhaling heavy metals and a lot of different fumes that are extremely, extremely bad for the human body. So, you know, and there's more and more to go on about this. But import glass it's not what you want if you're trying to be healthy, one, and it's not what you should want if you're smoking like dank ass herb. If you're willing to go spend top dollar on top dollar buds, what's the difference on spending top dollar on a nice pipe that you should be able to own for the rest of your life? This thing's structural integrity is not going to go away. It's not low quality glass. It's made out of Pyrex. And this pipe, as long as I don't drop it and break it and I clean it with rubbing alcohol and salt, it'll look brand new every time I clean it. I smoke out of it, put it away. I should have that pipe when I'm 100 years old if I live that old. What? Odin, what's good, homie? Yeah, Odin. So, did you just hop in here or what? All right. Well, I just posted the link to my GoFundMe. That way, you got the wrench. That way, you can post it on my next live. So yeah, I got tomorrow off. I might be doing a live session from video again tonight. And if I do, which is a high likelihood, we're gonna be finishing up that mini tube, the collaboration, me and Nino. If you haven't seen the previous videos of us going live and working, it's a couple videos back. Check out my other work, my other content if you're new to this channel. If you're not new, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the likes, all the follows, or the subscribes. I'm still working on getting to that 1,000 subscribes, and it's gonna take a minute, but I'm gonna, I'm not scared of putting in the work. The car situation. it's kind of still where it is. I'm just working and saving money, and it's going to take a little bit with bills and being an adult. You guys all know what it is. I mean, you gotta you gotta. It's hard to just have like three grand sitting around to go buy a fucking halfway decent jalopy. So I'm getting there. It's gonna take me a little while, maybe 2 more months or something. But I'll get a car one way or another. Selling glass, I work. There's no reason that I can't do it. Don't tell yourself you can't do something, because then you won't do it. You can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, you can do anything. I mean, you're not going to go fly without a plane. I mean, we're not birds. You're not going to become Shaquille O'Neal. But as far as you can do anything, you can. Like, if you want to become a glass blower, you can do it. Like, I know that I make some okay glass. It took a lot of years to do that, but you can do it too. It's practice, man. Like, everyone has this victimhood mentality. I feel nowadays kids are like taught to be sensitive to a point where it's not even normal. Like, we have it so good in this country that our main news is like about somebody who's transgender, and they're trying to make a movement so people can use different bathrooms. It's like, that's how good we have it, that the news doesn't even talk about like anything that's really important. Like, there's been transgender people forever. It's never been a big deal till now. And the real thing is this is just my opinion, but are you able to make a Phoenix Suns Pyrex? Poor boy. When you say a Phoenix Suns Pyrex, you mean Phoenix Suns pipe? Pyrex is a brand of glass that is made in the US. So glass is a bunch of different, it's sand basically, but it's silicate, it's sodium oxide, it's a bunch of different chemicals and mixed in with silicate. That's why it's called borosilicate glass. Depending on the chemicals they mix in and the elements not chemicals most of the time, but the elements they mix in, it creates different colors, and it also creates different COEs of glass, or coefficient of expansion. So I explained this once before, but there's soft glass and then there's hard glass, or borosilicate glass and soft glass. The COE of soft glass is 96 to 104. The higher the COE, the lower the temperature it takes to melt it. Borosilicate glass is COE 33. So, hell yeah, Rock Squad, that's what I'm talking about. This is Dub Squad too, bro. Rock Squad and Dub Squad be like fucking, we be on the same page, dog. Yeah, I got you, Jamie. If you, the more people I get, the more mods I'll need. As of right now, what I need is just for you guys to support by liking, sharing, telling other people. Just get me out there. And the Phoenix Suns pipe, poor boy. I can. Yes, the short answer is yes. The long answer is, how would you want the design to be? Just the colors? Do you want like the actual logo? Because there's multiple ways I can see a Phoenix Suns pipe. So, poor boy Drip, if you want to hit me up in the DM, or on Instagram's the best way to get a hold of me. You got an Instagram, poor boy? Word. Do you got an Instagram? No social. All right. You got an email? You have to have an email. You got a YouTube account. All right. Hit me up on my email. The email is in the description of the video. It's dubglassworks, Inc, dubglassworksinc @gmail.com. Hit me up, bro. If you're inquiring about art, hit me up. I have hundreds of messages. I have hundreds of messages coming at me a week for glass. So, you know, it might take me a day or two to get to you, but I will get to you. And as soon as we start chopping it up, I'll be asking you questions like, can you, what size do you want it to be? What specific colors, exact match? There'll be a lot of questions because when I do custom pieces, I want to make sure that I'm envisioning the same thing you're envisioning. So when you get the product, it's as close to what you were thinking as possible. A true custom to me is someone tells me what they like and tells me to run with it. And then I let my inside artistry flow out into that piece. And that's a true custom to me. But I also do customs with extreme detailed requests, which is fine. I mean, the more requests, the more of a challenge it is in some ways because sometimes people want some crazy shit, man. People want some fucking different stuff. Good Lord, it's pouring outside. Google that shit, Odin. Google how to share videos, like share someone else's YouTube videos to my channel. I'm sure there's a way. But what else was I gonna say? Yeah, so for all you guys that are in here, I'm gonna start getting ready to head out to the studio. I'm gonna make sure that everything's good for me to get out there tonight. My car situation's the real problem. So that I might break down on the way there straight up. Fuck, man, the smoke that's coming out. I got pulled over again. Yeah, got pulled over again for the smoke coming out of the exhaust pipe. It's crazy. If you guys haven't seen the video, it's maybe 4 videos back, and it's obvious which video it is. I try to title all my videos, and it's only like 25 seconds, so you guys can check out what I'm working with right now. I will only be able to drive this vehicle until the 30th, and then the 30-day temporary tag is up. It's not going to pass emissions, and it's not worth putting any serious money into. If the fix was like, under $100 or $200, then yeah. But this car has 208,000 miles on it. It's a 2006. It's been in the family since 2006. It's fucking trashed inside and out. It's like a bumper car. The amount of dents that are on this thing, if you actually got close and looked at it, you're like, there's dents on every panel. And then it runs like garbage. And so I'm blessed to be able to have this car to drive right now. I don't know what I saw it means. I'm sorry, guys. A size and length limit? That's what she said. Yeah, to an extent. Everything I make is hand spun. So, I mean, if you're talking about glass, just give me a DM on that kind of stuff. It's hard for me to see the chat and read the chat and do the video. I lose train of thought kind of quick when I'm talking and I'm on a story and then I see something that catches my eye. I'm like, oh, what? So, oh, you saw it? Yeah. It says I saw it. Saw, seen. Okay. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I just misread it, I guess. Saw, seen. Those, I've never heard it called sore. I get sore when I work out, but I don't know. Everyone talks differently. The cops, the cool ones be laughing. They're like, what the fuck is going on? But this last guy was a dick. And, luckily I got a bunch of bottles of oil. I have a few bottles of empty oil in the back seat, coolant, and ring sealer liquid. And just, it's obvious that I've been trying to fix it.
And so when they come and ask me about it, I just tell them what's good. You know, I'm just honest. Like, this is the position I'm in. And to be honest, it's blowing so much smoke. They can write me a ticket for public endangerment because, and you know, the first cop told me that. He was super cool. He's like, you know, this is bad. And if you get pulled over, you might get a ticket for public endangerment. And there's a couple other things that he said too about, you know, I can get some tickets for this shit. Luckily, I haven't, and I'm pushing my luck every time I drive this thing. So that's why I'm trying to drive as little as possible. Like, I straight up want to go get some milk and cereal because I want milk and cereal. I can't drive down the street to the store because it's not a necessity. So, you know, blowing glass to me, that's a part of my income. That is a necessity. And so I just got to be smart about it. Drive one, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, all it takes is one cop seeing me getting unlucky and I got a fat ass ticket, got to go to court, got to deal with this bullshit. And that just takes straight away from the car fund. So, you know, I'm just praying. I'm just hoping, you know, good karma, think good thoughts. Energy is contagious. And all I can do is live day by day and hope for the best. You know, like I can't plan it out. So that is what it is. Worth it to me. Obviously, if I go, it's worth it to me. You know, everyone has their own opinions on it, but and it's weird because sometimes it won't smoke that bad. You know, I'll start it and it won't smoke too bad. And then I will start it the next time and it'll be pouring 8 times out of 10, it's pouring smoke out. But those 2 times out of 10, it's not smoking that bad. So I'm like trying to figure out what's causing it to change how it's running. Like, and I've done so much time on the internet looking on Volkswagen turbo diesel forums and having people on here tell me like it's a bad turbo and like EGR valve, another 3-letter thing, rail, seals around the turbo. It could be, there's just a bunch. These cars are so complicated, man. Like I just want, like, I wish that I had a carbureted 70s, like 80s fucking car so I knew how it worked. But everything's all electrical. And this is a German diesel, so I don't get it. I don't even have most of the tools you need to work on it if I had to work on it. You know, like I have done some stuff, but to like get into the engine, there's specific tools. To take off the tires, you have to have a specific, they have locking lugs. We lost the key to that. So I had to like jerry rig one, me and my father. But we found it later, but yeah. So like, oh, it's about to die. This car is almost dead, like straight up. And that's the shitty part is I don't want it to die because it's not registered to me anymore. It's my father's car technically. And a running car is a lot easier to sell than a non-running car. So I literally drive from home to the office to get in the work truck. I drive the work truck all day everywhere. And I drive back from work back to home. That's literally what I do 5 days a week. The only other places I go are a gas station on that route, or if I have to go get like Empower SRP electricity, I have it on a system called Empower. I got to drive a couple miles up the road and I got to risk it. Other than that, I go to the studio. Those are the only places I go right now. You know, I can't go kick it with friends. I can't. If my girl wants to see me, she's got to come here. Like, it is what it is. And, you know, I'm working my ass off. 10-hour days, 12-hour days, 8-hour days. I'm working whatever I can and saving as much as I can. So, you know, if you guys want to support, go ahead and hit me up for any kind of art you see on my Instagram. Ask me if it's available. If it's not, I can make you something very similar to it. Identical, basically. Custom orders. I have one spot open. I've been accepting custom orders that are under my usual limit. Usually I won't accept a custom order that's under $250 just because it's a lot of work. You have to order in materials most of the time. You got to deal with talking to the customer and planning out this thing. and that's hours of, I mean, there's hours of work that goes into it before I even get on the torch and start to work on the piece. And so $250, it really, it's the lowest I'm really willing to go. But right now I'm accepting customs for a lot less, just so I can try to get as much money as possible towards the car fund. As soon as I get above the $2,000 mark, I'll start looking. But until I get there, there's nothing but jalopies underneath that price. And really, I need to get like 3,500 to $5,000 to get something used that's decent. And if I was able to go get a loan, I probably would go get a loan and get into another payment. But right now, long story short, my credit's not the greatest. And if I was able to get approved, the APR would be super high. And I'm not really looking to spend an extra $900 on a $4,000 car because of a loan. I might have to. I might have to. I don't know. I have till the 30th or until this car dies to figure it out, basically. So yeah, but if you want to support me, hit me up on my Instagram about any kind of glass. If you want to donate, the first 5 donations on my GoFundMe are getting free sticker packs. The link is inside of the live chat a few times, so feel free to donate. All the support on here has been amazing. You guys are awesome. I got to get out of here. I love talking to you guys. I lose track of time talking to you guys. That's how much I enjoy like reading your guys' stuff and just talking and shooting the shit. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the support, the likes, the subscribes, inquiring about pieces, just hitting me up and telling me that, like you enjoyed the video, the comments on the video. It's been nothing but love, and it's been really refreshing to be a part of this. The whole scene just seems positive right now, and I really thoroughly enjoy positivity, and that is what it is. So one love, everyone. You guys are awesome. Be safe. Make sure you guys have a good night. Tell your family you love them, and I'll be on live either later tonight at the studio, or I will be there tomorrow, and I will be live. So hit me up, and when I go on live, I'll try to set it back a little bit so you guys know. All right, I'm outie. Peace. Is this shit not ending? I feel like every time I have to do this 3 times. Yo, if you guys are watching, you guys should feel bad right now, and you guys should donate. Fuck. End the stream. This isn't funny, eh? Quit laughing.